Welcome to Northwest, a Unitarian Universalist congregation. I'm Diana Kohler. My pronouns are she and her, and I am leading this morning's service. Kathy Henry is our Zoom host, and our choir director, Ken Hermanot, and our pianist, Alex Myers, collaborated with our Northwest singers to record the music for this morning because our COVID risk has returned too high. Alex is also running the AV booth as well. Eva Leventer, our acting director of religious education, is also participating in the service, as are Ariana Abel, Adarsha Antares, Zena Stewart, and Barbara Wallace. We had hoped to hear from Mark Denny and Nancy Landon, but because they didn't have time to record their song, we're going to enjoy it at a future service. If you are an online visitor and would like Northwest to keep in touch with you, please fill out the visitor form you see in the chat box. If you are with us in person, you can stop and fill out the visitor sign-in form in the atrium. As an inclusive community for our trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming congregants and guests, we encourage everyone to add their pronouns on Zoom and on your name tags if you're here in person. Before we start our service today, we'd like you to greet the other congregants from wherever you are. We'll start with you and those of you on Zoom, and if you can put your Zoom into gallery view, you get to see everyone else, and please give us all a wave. And we're waving at you like crazy from the sanctuary. Now for those of us in the sanctuary, please turn toward that camera, the one to your right, and give the folks on Zoom a wave. And then wave to each other. Good morning. It is good to be gathered this morning. Our chalice lighting was entitled Let Beauty In. It was written by the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage. Let beauty in. Let beauty in like waves lapping on the shore, covering the beach with foamy glee and soaking the sand like an embrace. Let beauty in. Let beauty in like the first sunshine after a cloudy day, filling hearts and homes with a radiance that brings delight. Let beauty in. Let beauty in like a wrapped gift from the Spirit of life herself as she offers to us, behold, what creation can do. Behold, this is love made real, that you can touch, taste, and smell all around you. May all that is pleasing and exquisite be nurtured here in our time of worship. May the magnificent pull toward all that is divinely pleasing hold us close. May the sacred pulse within this space as we welcome in beauty. Our offering this morning is going to be shared with the City of Southfield's Emergency Needs Fund. We do this every other month throughout the year, and the fund helps residents overcome personal hurdles to achieve a satisfying and productive quality of life. You can text to 248-574-8034 with your amount plus the word plate. You can donate online and select the plate collection 50% split. Or if you're here in person, you can do it old school and put your checks or cash in the basket.
Our story today is called Change Sings, and it's by Amanda Gorman. Change Sings, a children's anthem. I can hear change humming in its loudest, proudest song. I don't fear change coming, and so I sing along. I scream with the skies of red and blue streamers. I dream with the cries of tried and true dreamers. I'm a chant that rises and rings. There is hope where my change sings. Though some don't understand it, those windmills of mysteries, I sing with all the planet and its hills of histories. I hum with 100 hearts, each of us lifting a hand. I use my strengths and my smarts, take a knee to make a stand. I'm bright as the light each day brings. There is love where my change sings. I show others tolerance, though it might take some courage. I don't make a taller fence, but fight to build a better bridge. I talk not only of distances, from where and how we came. I also walk our differences to show we are the same. I am a movement that roars and springs. There's a wave where my change sings. Change sings where? There? Inside me. There, inside me. Because I'm the change I want to be. As I grow, it grows like seeds. I am just what the world needs. I'm the voice where freedom rings. You're the love your bright heart brings. We are the wave starting to spring, for we are the change we sing. We're what the world is becoming, and we know it won't be long. We are all here, change strumming. We all hear change strumming. Won't you sing along? Now our children are going to meet outside for a snack, affinity groups, and some playtime. So Uriah, would you like to carry the flame today? Not today? Yeah? Okay. That's it.
When there are so many issues that need our attention and focus, war, climate, poverty, COVID, racial and ethnic conflict, polarization of our society, erosion of rights, why are we focusing on nurturing beauty for our theme in May? Shouldn't we be dealing with problems of the world? I think that the enormity of the issues we face will overwhelm us if we don't find ways to step away from them and allow ourselves some respite. Taking breaks from whichever issue or issues we are grappling with can give us energy for the next part of the fight. If we push and push to the brink of exhaustion and despair over the enormity of the wrongs we want to correct, we will run out of energy and our lives will be joyless. And how does that help change the world? I keep thinking about that announcement we've heard every time we've taken a commercial flight, the one about putting on our own oxygen mask before helping others. I hope that today we will all breathe in beauty and leave this service more aware of the beauty around us and better prepared to make a difference in the world. So why is beauty important to us? I've excerpted an essay written by Andre Aciman, which appeared in the New York Times in 2019 with an explanation. He starts by talking about watching the sunset on a beautiful summer day. He says, "Suddenly we are marveled and uplifted, pulled out of our small, ordinary lives and taken to a realm far richer and more eloquent than anything we know. Call it enchantment, the difference between the time-bound and the timeless, between us and the otherworldly. All beauty and art evoke harmonies that transport us to a place where, if only for seconds, time stops and we are at one with the world. It is the best life has to offer. Under the spell of beauty, we experience a rare condition called plenitude, where we want for nothing. It isn't just a feeling, or if it is, it's a feeling like love. Yes, exactly like love. Love, after all, is the most intimate thing we know. And feeling at one with someone or something isn't just an unrivaled condition, it's one that we do not want to live without. We fall in love with sunsets and beaches, with tennis, with works of arts, with places like Tuscany and the Rockies in the south of France, and of course, with other people. Not just because of who or what they are, but because they promise to realign us with our better selves, with the people we've always known we were, but neglected to become, the people we crave to be before our time runs out.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have
Our reading is an excerpt from an essay, Finding the Beauty in Everyday Life by Stephen Bloom, that was on the website Do Something Cool. Sometimes the bad parts of the world seem so overwhelming. There are so many sad and depressing things going on in the news. People are killing other people, a natural disaster is destroying someone's home, or the economy is back in the dumps. Even outside of the news, I see sad things. Every day I walk past the homeless as they beg on the street. It's hard not to look at them and feel as if the world is an uncaring, ruthless place. It makes it hard to see the beauty around me. But in fact, there is a lot of beauty around you if you just look close enough. We are conditioned to take more notice of the awful and negative things first. Negative imagery stands out. It's memorable. Think of all those horrible things you see in the news. There are so many images of war, terror, and violence. They leave a lingering impression. In contrast, the beautiful things around us don't stand out as much. It's easy to miss them if you're not looking for them. But there really is a lot of beauty going on around you. Have you ever watched the movie American Beauty? There's a scene in the movie where a character is watching a plastic bag floating in the wind. The bag drifts back and forth and up in the air as the wind shifts direction. As the character watches, he says, "Sometimes there is so much beauty in the world, I can't take it." It's the rather humbling idea that beauty surrounds us. It's here every day, only it's hidden under some insignificant parts of our daily routine. How many of us would have passed this floating plastic bag and never given it a second thought? The character in the movie found immense beauty in an everyday item, a plastic bag. But can it really be that simple in reality? I think it could be. There are many everyday things that everyone else around me fails to notice, that make me feel as if the world is a beautiful place. He found beauty in a plastic bag. I find beauty in my morning cup of coffee. It may sound strange, but if I pour my coffee in the morning in just the right way, the contents swirl together into a whitish foam that floats to the surface. If I do it right, it looks beautiful. How many times did I wake up in the morning, pour my coffee like that, but fail to notice it? For that matter, how many beautiful things are going on around me right now that I'm failing to notice? And then I wonder more deeply about my coffee. I think all the people it takes to pick the beans, process them, ship them here, package them, and sell them to me. All so I can enjoy a good cup of coffee every morning. These people, whether they intend to or not, make my life better just by being there. To me, that is a beautiful idea. A lot of everyday beautiful things surround us, only most people never take the time to see them. They're all too focused on the tasks ahead of them or the routines in their life to take time out and look for them. It's as if they have blinders on and can only see what is directly in front of them. That's why I've developed a simple habit. Every once in a while, I stop what I'm doing and for 5 minutes, just look around me. I shift my focus away from my daily routine and check out my surroundings. It's crazy what beautiful things you'll discover. That's the big difference between the negative images happening around us and the beautiful ones. Negative and ugly imagery gets in your face and forces you to pay attention to it. The beautiful things in life require that you seek them out. And when you do take the time to search for them, you can find that there's a lot more everyday beauty than you realize. It is just one way to bring more brightness into a world that can be too often gray. At this point in the service, I'd like you to all imagine that you're listening to Mark Denny and Nancy Landon playing and singing "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning." And then Zena Stewart is going to come up to one of these mics. You pick, Zena. You want to come up here? It would probably be easier for Alex. And read the poem Going for Peaches, Fredericksburg, Texas.
Those with experience look for a special kind, red globe, the skin slips off like a fine silk camisole. Boy breaks one open with his hands. Yes, it's good, my old relatives say, but we'll look around. They want me to stop at every peach stand between Stonewall and Fredericksburg, leave the air conditioning running, jump out and ask the price. Coming up here, they talked about the best ways to die. One favors a plane crash, but not over a city. One wants to make sure her grass is watered when she goes. Ladies, ladies, this peach is fine. It blushes on both sides, but they want to keep driving. In Fredericksburg, the houses are stone. They remind me of wristwatches, glass polished, years ticking by in each wall. I don't like stone, says one. What if it fell? I don't like Fredericksburg, says the other. Too many Germans driving too slow. She herself is German as Stuttgart. The day presses forward wearing complaints, charms on a bony wrist. Actually, ladies, I can't resist. If you don't want, I don't think you wanted peaches after all. You just wanted a nip of scenery, some hills to tuck behind your ears. The buying starts immediately from a scarfed woman who says she gave up teachin' for peachin'. She has us sign a guest book. One aunt insists on reloading into her box to see the fruit on the bottom. One rejects any slight bruise. But ma'am, the seller insists, nature isn't perfect. Her hands are spotted like a peach. On the road, cars weave loose patterns between lanes. We will float in flowery peach smell back to our separate kettles, our private tables and knives, and line up the bounty, deciding which ones go where. A canned peach, says one aunt, lasts 10 years. She was 87 last week. But a frozen peach tastes better on ice cream. Everything we have learned so far, skins alive and ripening on a day that was real to us. That was summer, motion going out and memory coming in.
Now let us move into a time of meditation. Get comfortable in your chair with your feet on the floor. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. Take a deep, slow breath and exhale equally slowly. Release any unnecessary tension in your body. Now take another deep breath and see if you can relax even more. Imagine yourself in a special place where you find something that is truly beautiful to you. What do you notice that you haven't noticed before? What have you appreciated most all along? What have you never seen, forgotten that you've seen? How does being in this space make you feel? Now, imagine yourself going through your morning routine. What beauty can you find there? Is there something special that you celebrate every day? Or is there something new that you've never thought about? What have you forgotten to appreciate? Now we will have a time of silence that will end with hearing Adarsha and Therese playing Amazing Grace. What if we took time to deeply notice the beauty around us just for a few minutes every single day? Would our lives feel richer? Would the petty annoyances be more tolerable? Would we have more energy for the big issues where we want to make an impact? Would we get better at appreciating the beauty that life has to offer? Would it increase our sense of connection with the rest of the world? Would it make us better people? Barbara Wallace is going to read the poem Strange and Foolish Walls. Wait a second, Barbara, sorry. We're not quite to you yet. Wait till you see yourself on the screen.
Okay. This is a poem by A. Powell Davies, who was a renowned minister of All Souls Unitarian Church in Washington, D.C. for a long time. The years of all of us are short, our lives precarious. Our days and nights go hurrying on, and there is scarcely time to do the little that we might. Yet we find time for bitterness, for petty treason and evasion. What can we do to stretch our hearts enough to lose their littleness? Here we are, all of us, all upon this planet, bound together in a common destiny, living our lives between the briefness of the daylight and the dark. Kindred in this, each lighted by the same precarious flickering flame of life. How does it happen that we are not kindred in all things else? How strange and foolish are these walls of separation that divide us.
Our final hymn is Let All the Beauty We Have Known. Our words for our chalice extinguishing are Where There Is Beauty by the Reverend Karen G. Johnston. What to do with beauty, or joy for that matter, in the midst of tragedy, of violence, of cruelty? What do we do with the living? Give each their due. Do not lose ourselves in any of it, but find ourselves anew. Where there is beauty, amplify it. Where their beauty is hidden, reveal it. Where beauty is ruined, restore it. Where beauty is absent, create it. This be our gift to an aching world.
So I was going to play This Is Me, The Greatest Showman. However, the tragedy